Welcome to another video, and in this video I'm going to talk about one of the very important and vital questions that I heard or often get asked from the real estate agents. I'm sure many of you are already passing or feeling this experience, and it's nothing but about inconsistency in lead generation. So those of you who are just starting or maybe seasoned real estate agents, I'm sure you have to go through these challenges of not having enough quality leads in your pipeline. So you may be wondering how to solve this problem and how to overcome this as a real estate agent when you have so many things to do in your daily life. Okay, if there is consistent leads in your pipeline and obviously quality leads for you, and there are enough appointments in the day, so you can make the desired sales or the revenue target that you have been hoping for. So this is the video you should be watching, and in this video I'm going to break down the steps that you should be following, and obviously it will be easier for many of you to follow to avoid this inconsistency in the lead generation, and hopefully you'll be learning a lot from it. So let's just jump over to my computer.
Okay, before I talk about the solutions, I want to talk a little bit about a mental shift that is necessary for every real estate agent, and the way you should be thinking and looking at the real estate industry. So this can give you a new perspective if you bring in these changes within yourself. The first thing I want to talk about here is the real estate is a numbers game. Let me explain what do I mean by that. Basically, as you all know, that the more prospects you gather, the more your chance of closing the deal. But do you have any system or any process for tracking this, or are you do you know yourself how well it's you're performing over for a period of certain months, right? So if you know that, okay, last month you have closed, you have reached out to 10 leads and you closed 2, but if you are closing the same this month, if you are closing the same number, that means you haven't progressed much from the past months, right? So there have to have some sort of tracking, preferably. So I'm going to show you a system of what we use basically, and maybe it can help you as well. So, and the second thing is find out what is already working and do more of it. If you search in the Google for the lead generation techniques or the process in the real estate industry, you'll find hundreds, and if not, at least I have searched that the 50 plus ideas of lead generation techniques. But obviously, as a single person, or no one can do all those things at a time, right? It's not humanly possible. It's not practical. So what I suggest instead is find out what is working for you. Is it Facebook ad? Instead, do more of it. Is it calling the past leads or referrals? What is it that is? Look at your past results, past few months results, and see what has been the biggest performer. Which channel generated the most leads for you, right? So do more of it. This is the second mental shift that you need to understand. And the third thing is this consistency. This is very, very crucial. This is one of the biggest lackings among majority of the agents out there, is the lack of consistency. When you start doing something, if you are a dabbler, so you will be doing a few things from here and there and so on. So this is not going to bring any result. So the consistency is the key, right? So how do you remain consistent? Find out few tasks that you are comfortable with, or find your comfort zone, what you can personally handle, and consistently perform those activities. Do not look to anything else within this period, and at least stick to 90 days or more, right? That would be my suggestion. So now coming back to the point number 1 is what do I mean by the numbers game. I want to show you quickly a simple ROI tracker that I use basically more for Facebook ads, but it can be used for other lead generation sources. You can use it for Zillow or other sources like that. Basically, the idea is to monitor your spend versus your gain, right? So in this spreadsheet is very simple. I'll share it in the comment or the descriptions below. Maybe you can download it. So here you can see I've written down the campaign name. So in this case, Facebook ad. So this is a video view or lead generation ad. So these number are fictitious. Okay, I just this is for the explanation only. So these are not real numbers. So hope you'll understand. So in this video, you can see that here I've the ad is spent for a particular month. If I spend $300 in the lead for the ad, and let's say it has generated 8 leads for me. Obviously, you will know how many leads you have generated, whatever systems you are using. So this column is for the number of leads you have generated. Here is the number of appointments, from leads to appointments that you have were able to fix, and there is the appointment to show up and then show up to close, right? So when you enter these numbers here, so automatically the numbers will the ratios or the results will be pulled up here. So for example, if you generate for the $300, if you are generating let's say 25 leads, so as you can see here, the number has turned, the cell here and turned into green, and I have given an estimate of what is in a standard. For example, a good cost per lead is between $5 to $30 depending on your market. Average performing is 30 to 50, and bad is beyond 60. So let's say you in a 1 month period you have generated 25 leads. So this column will tell you what is your actual CPL, which is cost per lead. So which is 12 and you can see that cell turned into a green color, which is indicative of a good result. And let's say of those 25 leads, 7 of these converted into an appointment, or maybe 5. So as you can see here directly, this lead to appointment ratio is showing up here, which is turning is 20%. So you know that your appointment ratio is 20%, which is very good. So anything beyond 10% or 10% or more is very, very good. So I gave you a matrix here. You can adjust it. Feel free to adjust it at your comfort level or whatever you think is more justified for you. From again 5 appointments, let's say 2 or 3 show-ups. 3 show-ups, that means appointment to show-up ratio is 60%, which is again good. So this is the standard matrix. And finally, from 3 show-ups to 1 closed deals, which is 33% conversion, right? From 3 show-ups, you are able to close 1 listings. So this way, when you track for a certain period of time, maybe you can do it once a week or once a month. And if you track this for 3 or 4 months period, you will know that how well it has performed for you. So as I say, this is not, it doesn't have to be constructed to the Facebook ad. You can use it for any other lead sources. If you are paying for the Zillow leads, you can track down here the amounts you spend in the Zillow leads, appointments, etc. The procedure is the same. So this is one way I think you can leverage for a more to gather a more calculative insight for in your marketing effort. So this way you will be able to track the results. Now I want to end this video with a sample action plan. Like I said, that find out what is already working. So go back to your campaigns and see what has generated for you for most what has worked well for you in the past. So if I were you to follow an action plan, here's one I want to demonstrate. So maybe you should keep something like this. Here's a sample 90-day action plan that I think most of you would be comfortable to do. For example, first thing, if you decide to try the Facebook ad, maybe you can set up a Facebook ad with $5 to $10 budget and see how many leads coming in, and do this for at least 3 months period and see the results. Also, you can do more open house ads every week. You can set a number for yourself. Okay, I'm going to do 2 or 1 open house ads every week. This can be another way. Also, if you decide to do an educational video, publish a video to your page or web page, you can stick to 1 or 2 educational videos every week, or whatever your comfort zone is. Also, you can do Facebos, 5 to 10 Facebos, expired listings. This can be another revenue. So as you can see here, I'm not limiting it to one particular channel. This is the biggest problem for the inconsistency. If you do just Facebook ad, if you just simply rely on the referrals or simply rely on organic sources, you will soon run out of leads, right? Because not all the channels will perform equally. So you need to have a multiple avenues or multiple sources of leads. So through this action plan, as you can see here, I'm giving you different ideas of how you can spread your marketing effort and still getting consistent leads. So if you are only doing Facebook ad, or if you're only sticking to networking events, you will soon get frustrated. You will not be able to get more qualified leads. So if you're just cold calling the leads, maybe if you do not see the expected results, then also you are not going to get the desired result. So as you can see here, attend 1 or 2 networking events per month and reach out to X number of past clients, whatever. If you have any past clients, or if not, find out what else you can do. Print out something like this in your in a desktop or in your working space and stick to it. And if you are continuously going to stick to it for at least 90 days, I would say, and see the difference. I think so. So the summary is to spread your marketing effort across different channels, Facebook, YouTube, organic, and your website as well. Also, do not try to do everything by yourself. If necessary, hire others for the help, the VAs. Do more what is important for you, which is appointments, and focus more on the numbers. So with that being said, I'd like to conclude here. Thanks very much. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment below and I'd be happy to reply.